Be Fantastic YouTube, my virtual reality camera, and my podcast show, Dr. Fantastic Interviews. For those of you that don't see this beautiful view, let me explain where we're at. We're in beautiful Sharm el-Sheikh, Egypt, overlooking the Red Sea. The sun is about to drop. I'm with this most fantastic ambassador. He's one of the pioneers. This is going to be a fantastic interview. He's one of the pioneers of the area. But before we get to that, I want to say behind camera is another fantastic pioneer, Adley Miskikaway. Excuse my pronunciation, but I'm having the most fantastic time in Egypt. The people are fantastic, and it gets better every day. So, Ayman Salah Tahir, is that correct?
That's right.
Did I get that right? Not easy for me. He was hired to find the best diving in Egypt from the Israeli government. And I'm told, and many people are attesting to this, that this is the best diving in the world. And he is known as the Aquanaut because he's the best underwater photographer in all of Egypt. And I'm honored to be your friend.
The pleasure is mine.
And I'm honored that you're one of my ambassadors.
I appreciate that.
It's a fantastic journey I'm on. This is day 246 of the, not of the movement, but of my journey around the world to introduce fantastic people, to introduce fantastic places like Sharm el-Sheikh. It's amazing. I'm beyond words. So tell us about your discovery. This is, by the way, the El Fanar Beach area, which he has a home. It's probably one of the best locations in the world to have a home overlooking this beautiful peninsula here on the Red Sea, of course. This is the beautiful Nausicaa El Fanar Italian restaurant. Fantastic food. And you can't find a better place on the planet than to host an interview, but to live. You've lived here for how long?
Since 81.
81.
Mm-hmm. I'm quite old, but
You don't look old, and you don't feel old.
I don't feel old. I'm fantastic.
Yes, you are.
Anyhow, let me just tell you about this place, because I fall in love with this place. And it was just desert at the very beginning. Now it's one of the most attractive spots in Sharm el-Sheikh and maybe in the diving world. This is at the very end of the peninsula of Sinai. 30 kilometers from here is the last point, and then we are facing the major body of the Red Sea, and as soon as you turn to the left, you are at the Gulf of Aqaba. So that's another privilege. The current here brings a lot of planktons, which makes the sea is very rich, and sea life is outstanding. Fantastic.
Yeah.
It's also one of the rare places where you can watch the sunset and the sunrise from the same place. You can spot Ras Muhammad and Tiran Islands. And I remember one of the words of Eugenie Clark, one of the greatest marine biologist. She works for the National Geographic, and she was the professor of Maryland University in marine biology. She said once, if I have to choose one place in the world to dive in, I would choose Ras Muhammad, which is a great privilege.
I might also add that Adley told me the other day that it hasn't rained here in 6 years. That's amazing.
No rains, you mean?
No rain.
Well, that's another privilege of the Red Sea, because that means the salinity of the sea is more or less the same. It doesn't affect by fresh water from the rain. And then it's protected by mountains from each side. So another reason that it's very rich, and the water is very clear. The visibility goes up to 50 meters, and that means that the light can penetrate the sea to that depth, and light is energy, energy is life.
Oh, yes. So I snorkeled, this is the first place I snorkeled where I saw a variety of fish, and it was very a unique experience to get bitten by the fish. They bite your feet.
Actually, they do that because they love you. Isn't that fantastic?
It is fantastic.
Oh,
They're kissing me,
Oh,
maybe
there
not
is-
biting me.
Actually, you know what's pedicure and manicure? They clean
Yes.
the skin, and so maybe that they are doing you a favor.
But it doesn't hurt, obviously, but it's a little unnerving at first. And the girls, they'll scream. because-
Oh, there is one thing happening which I don't admit. When they feed the fish, then they change the characteristic of the fish, the behavior of the fish. But otherwise, it's acceptable.
Yes. So you've been photographing underwater for decades. Tell us your experiences about being underwater and capturing nature like that.
It's so beautiful. You know, the seas and the oceans all over the world are 7 times more than the land. So there is at least 100 times more life in these places than land. And it's very beautiful, fascinating, outstanding.
I'm told we know more about the moon than the ocean. There's still a lot to be discovered in the ocean, yes?
I believe so. And it's quite near. It's just a few meters from where we are. We don't have to go all the way to the moon.
This is a unique spot.
Yeah.
And this is your property, and you picked the best spot.
I believe so. And the other thing, the wonderful feeling when you are in the water, you know.
And it's warm. It's a beautiful temperature.
Beside its beautiful temperature, there is actually a psychological research about what we call it shallow water euphoria. It's extreme happiness when you are in a depth of 6 meters. There's no gravity and no pressure, and you are just flying. It's outstanding feeling beside the outstanding beauty. It's fantastic.
How did you come about to be hired by Israelis to discover a place like this?
Just to correct this piece of information, I was sent from the Egyptian government due to an invitation from the Israeli Federation before we take over the place, just to tell us what is there and what we have to do and to protect the area.
Oh, I see. Okay. I stand corrected. But still, and you say that point there that you can see in this virtual reality camera, and the people listening to the podcast can't see it, but there's a beautiful point. It's like a bay. It's a big circle here, right? And that point there is the best diving in the world?
That's very true, and I would say that here is the second best.
Here's the second best.
Because there is actually 15 kilometers from here to there, and the current is going all the way from here to there, so it brings all the fish, all the marine life to these places. And whenever there is a point, there is a current which brings the planktons, and planktons is life and so on.
Now, you all must know that not only is he the best underwater photographer, he is an outstanding abstract expressionist. And that's near and dear to my heart because my father was an abstract artist.
So that makes two of us. The story was like that. My father was a very well-known, established artist, painter. And when
His name was?
Salah Tahir.
Okay.
And I graduated from School of Art, but whenever I exhibit my work or show my work, everybody says, that's exactly like his father. My father doesn't know how to swim, so I have chosen the underwater photography as a profession because I want to be unique by myself.
Sure, of course.
And later on, I found that this is stupid, and I decided to go back to my painting. And we have an exhibition, we call it Continuity. 3 of us, myself, my father, and my son. So 3 generations.
That's fantastic.
And I think now I'm more into painting than anything else.
Yes. So now you've seen Sharm develop into, which was a few years ago, a bustling, fantastic, lot of energy. It's downsized a bit because of the problems in the world. But what do you foresee the future of Sharm?
Nature can take care of itself. What's happening due to the corona now is not that bad. The sea, the marine life is getting better, getting back to normal, which is good. We are giving this marine life a vacation to grow again and to be as beautiful as usual.
The first wave of the COVID, I remember in the news, everyone was in their home, and the animals came into the streets, and the air cleared up, and the ocean cleaned up, and it was like all of a sudden nature regained the big city. It was, you could see a zebra in the road. I mean, it was quite remarkable to see nature heal that quickly.
And there is another thing, which I think there's a message telling us that we are not the only creatures on Earth, because we always believe that we are the only.
We're the only ones screwing up the planet, I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah, exactly. But life is beautiful, is outstanding, it's fantastic.
Look at the smile when you say the word fantastic. Say, I am fantastic, young lady. She's an ambassador. That young man's an ambassador. These young ladies will be ambassadors soon.
Yeah,
She's an ambassador. We have many ambassadors in Charm. Over 60 ambassadors already.
beautiful. And I always use this word from Buddha. We are what we think we are. So if you repeat that, it's kind of autosuggestion. So you will be fantastic.
And you must verbalize it. You not just think it. You must verbalize the word.
Definitely. And use the musicality of the word.
He just became an ambassador, and immediately he tells me his father would say that word all the time. Yes?
Before he goes to bed and early in the morning.
It's fantastic.
Yes.
I met one man who's said it, has been saying it religiously for 35 years. Always. And it really does change your life. It changes the energy. It's an energy word.
Well, my father passed away at the age of 97. Until the very end, he was into meditation and yoga.
Okay.
So probably that's also one of the reasons that he...
When you smile, it reduces stress. It releases endorphins, dopamine, and serotonin. In case you all don't know that, I've said it 1,000 times. But for those just looking in for the first time, those neuromessaging units release stress. Science says when you reduce some stress, every time you smile or laugh, you live 5 minutes longer. And that's why your father lived at 97.
So maybe we lived for more than 100 in this case.
With the new technology, certainly. But I'm on a mission. Again, my 246th day, teaching people to be kind to themselves, to be kind to others, to be kind to the environment, the corals, the no pollution, and to say the word fantastic as often as you can.
Yeah, and just add, just being kind, and you should love others and the world and the sea and the surrounding. And
Well, this kindness is love.
Exactly.
If you open doors for people, that's an act of kindness.
That's
When you let people in traffic. In Cairo, you should stop honking the damn horn. All they do is honk the horn all day long.
because they don't want to hear themselves.
So, and say thank you. Why so many people don't say those two words when someone does something for them? It makes me scratch my head. Thank you. Is that so much work?
Thank you, Dr. Fantastic.
It's my pleasure. I look forward to many more interviews. Next one was going to be in your beautiful home. He's got artifacts that he found in the ocean. One was 1,500 years old?
You shouldn't say that in front of everyone.
No. He didn't find it. He bought it at a museum, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, maybe I talk out of turn. But he's found some really beautiful treasures. And the ocean, like he says, 7/10 of the world, of the planet is water. We are 7/10 water.
Exactly, our body. Yeah.
And a lot of people don't understand that if you scream at a glass of water, you just ruined the energy in it and the nutrients in it. But if you sing to your glass of water, I love you, you'll have better water.
Fantastic.
Because we're water.
Absolutely.
Everyone, if you like what you're seeing here, if you love what Dr. Fantastic is doing, please subscribe, please share and like, and send the message to your loved ones. Teach your children to be fantastic.
They will find their way, because fantastic is the only way to survive.
Yes. It's a fantastic way to survive. Be fantastic, everyone. Thanks for watching. And the podcast, what did it last for? Let's see here. Oh, I'm not sure how long it lasts, but